the upside risk is there. No? So I think we should expect um, those rollbacks to be, if not much smaller, no, I guess probably a return to an upward momentum as well. But I don't expect it to actually go up in the near term. Probably that's going to be reflected in probably 3 weeks time.
Okay.
No, given that we have to import those commodities.
And of course, sir, with the upcoming Christmas and holiday season, and we are banking on the remittances for that period to help us in our GDP growth, what now will be the effect of this war on remittances that we are expecting?
Well, remittances around 41% actually come from the U.S. And then a significant bulk of that actually comes from Saudi. No? So I guess it's too soon to tell, no, but that would depend on how um, wide, far-reaching the conflict will be. No? So
Mhm.
if that affects Saudi um, and our OFWs there get sent home, no, that will affect the levels of remittances that we will be receiving. No? So again, it's too soon to tell. No?
Mhm.
The hope is that it doesn't really spread outside of the borders of Israel if it comes to that.
Okay. And global inflation outlook is looking a bit dim with this conflict. Now, what can the Philippine government do to cushion at least this impact? Are there other risks that we should watch out for?
Well, the main risk that we have right now, vis-a-vis inflation locally, it's really the food inflation. It's something that we can control.
Mm.
No? So I guess that needs some fiscal complement. I mean, um, if oil prices do actually climb up, that's beyond our control already. No? There's nothing that monetary
Mhm.
policy can do about it. No? So I guess it will necessitate a fiscal complement. What we have to be looking at right now in order to cushion any possible impact of oil price spikes is to actually solve food inflation
Okay.
in the very near term.
What's your inflation outlook for the rest of the year?
Well, we did coming from the September spike.
Mhm.
We had to upgrade our outlook. We came from 5.6. We're now at 6.1%. Now we're not expecting the target to be met already by the end of this year. Probably that's
Okay.
going to take place only in the first quarter.
Okay, so you're saying with all these things in place, the 7% government target is impossible.
In terms of growth, well, the best estimate will be that it reaches 6%.
Okay.
That's the lower end of the target. No? But yeah, with all that's happening right now, it's proving to be much harder to hit the target already.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. Uh, Security Bank Chief Economist, Sir Robert Dan Roces, good morning.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. An economic consultancy firm believes that Bangko Sentral may resume tightening next month. This as a response to the provisional 1 peso jeepney fare hike, as well as recent minimum wage increases. September inflation also accelerated to 6.1%, bringing yearly inflation on the upper side of 2 to 4% forecast. According to GlobalSource Partners, these upside risks and the faster inflation forecast may prompt the central bank to impose a higher policy rate. BSP Governor Eli Remolona also hinted at a possible off-cycle tightening last month. However, Finance Secretary and Monetary Board member Ben Jokno believes there has been enough policy tightening and that any future interest rate hike should depend on available data. So far, the Monetary Board has kept interest rates paused at 6.25%. They will meet on November 16 to review the policy. Several business groups are opposing the planned increase in Securities and Exchange Commission's fees and charges. The SEC is looking to impose a fee of 0.25% of the total value of the authorized capital stock, which should not be less than 2,500 pesos, or the subscription price of the subscribed capital stock, whichever is higher. The previous fee imposed was only 0.2%, or not less than 2,000 pesos. The agency is also planning to modify fees for various company filings, including changes to articles of incorporation, bylaws, mergers, and capital stocks, among others. The groups led by the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry and Management Association of the Philippines slammed the measure as, quote, anti-business and unnecessary. They urged the SEC to reconsider the fee hikes, saying these will only harm the economy. They also pointed out that the hike may deter new investments as well as negatively impact small and medium enterprises. With that, the groups asked the SEC to submit the proposal to the Anti-Red Tape Authority to assess potential negative impacts. And those are the top business stories of the hour. I'm Diego Castro. Join us again at 2 p.m. We are One News, all sides, all the time.